Reading books can be difficult, and if you're a beginner and you're just starting out, then reading books can also be kind of boring. But reading has a lot of advantages. So it helps develop critical thinking, it helps build your imagination, and it can also help improve your English. Hi guys, and welcome to Fandom Newbie. My name is Shruti, and today I'm going to be recommending 10 easy books for beginners that will help improve your English. Number one is The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. The Jungle Book is a fascinating story, and the best part is that it's written in like almost school level English, like 9th or 10th standard level English, and that's perfect for beginners. But the main reason why this book is on my list is because the story of Jungle Book is one that all of us know and that all of us love. And having that knowledge, I feel, really helps with the reading experience, especially for beginners. Like, I feel one of the things that beginners maybe struggle with is like getting through a book because it might seem boring, you might not understand certain things. But if you're reading a book about characters that you already know and you already love, and you're also reading about like stories that you already know, then somehow it gets easier. And then what it does, it's basically just expands the world that is already there in your mind. Like, you already know these characters. Like, you know Mowgli, you know Bagheera, you know Bhalu, you know Kaa, but you're just learning a bit more about them through the book. So then I feel the reading experience just becomes a lot easier, and then you can concentrate on things like vocabulary and sentence structure and comprehension that can help improve your English. Number two is any Agatha Christie novel. But if I have to choose one, then it should be And Then There Were None. Mystery books are also the perfect place to start. The reason for this is the same that I mentioned before, is that for beginners, sometimes just getting through a book and reading a book is difficult. But when it's a mystery, and that too written by one of the best mystery authors ever, you are definitely going to get through that book because you want to know what happens next. And Agatha Christie is just amazing at weaving stories. Like she has a knack to keep you guessing who the culprit is right till the very end. So if you pick up an Agatha Christie book, there are high chances that you will complete it. Also, her writing style is perfection. It's written in like really proper British English, so it's a really good place to pick up on vocabulary. Number three is Archie's Comics. Yes, you heard right. I said Archie's Comics. Just hear me out. Sometimes when you're just starting out reading, things that you might not be able to pick up on are like the emotions certain characters go through, or like the subtle hints of like sarcasm or things, or like the tones that the characters use to talk. I remember when I was in school and I was also a beginner, I could not for the life of me figure out what scowled meant. I was like, what the hell is scowl? Like, why do these characters keep scowling? I honestly thought it was like a type of growl or something that these characters were doing, but I really had no idea what it was until I finally looked it up and figured it out. So that's why I feel reading comics is perfect, because you don't have to really imagine what the emotions are because they're drawings, right? So like you can see it on their face, you can see the kind of emotions, you can see what they're trying to convey. I think it's a perfect place to like start understanding character intentions and emotions, and then you can pick up on like certain phrases or certain words that are used that are linked to that emotion that can help you in your further reading journey. Number four is the Chicken Soup books. Now, there is a chicken soup book for every kind of soul. The heartbroken soul, the teenage soul, the mom soul, like any soul out there is a chicken soup book for you. So if you don't know, the Chicken Soup books are like a collection of short stories. And my favorite part about this is that these short stories are written by everyday people. And that's what makes them so relatable and so much fun. The other really good thing about these books is that because it's a collection of short stories, you don't have to like read it in one go. So that daunting task of like finishing a book is not on your head. One of the things that you can pick up when you read this book is the way to describe events and also to improve your storytelling capacity. Number five is Ruskin Bond books. Now, I've only read two Ruskin Bond books, if I'm very honest, and I think both of them were when I was in school. The first one was The Cherry Tree, and the second one was The Blue Umbrella. What I remember liking about them is the way Ruskin Bond like describes nature, like the way he's described Missouri and the way he's described the Himalayas and the mountains and just everything to do with nature was so descriptive and so vivid. I felt like I was there. And his books are really very simply written. Like even though they are so descriptive and so vivid, it's quite simple English and all the characters and settings are like in India. So it also becomes very relatable for us. It's a perfect place for beginners to start out because it's simple English, but it's very, very good and descriptive English that will help you improve your reading capacity. The next one is any Roald Dahl book. Now, Roald Dahl was one of my favorite authors growing up. Like, I've read all his books, but if I can recommend two books for you guys, it would be Witches and Matilda. Now, Roald Dahl's books all have an element of fantasy to it, but it's not like the fantasy of like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or things like that. Like there are magical, fantastical elements in his books, but it's not like hardcore fantasy. I feel like Roald Dahl has a really good way of like describing events from a kid's point of view, and that's what makes his book really fun. And the thing is, like, even though they're told from a kid's point of view, they're not like overly kiddish. I feel like even as adults, you can enjoy reading the book because you can enjoy reading the book just because they're so well written. The next one is Holes by Louis Sachar. Now again, Louis Sachar was one of my absolute favorite authors growing up. Like, there are very few books that make me laugh, but his books really, really did make me laugh out loud. Like, he's such a funny author. Like, seriously, all of his books are hilarious, and Holes is no exception. So basically the story of Holes is that there's this boy named Stanley, and he's been falsely accused of committing a theft, and because of that he has to go to like this juvenile correctional facility where he has to end up digging up holes. This book touches upon some really important themes like criminal justice and family dynamics in a very intricate and a really nice way. The next one is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. Now, this is a chicklit book, if you will, but sometimes it's just fun to pick up those easy breezy romance books that just make your heart melt and make you fall in love. The things that happen in this book are a little bit unrealistic. Like, the main romance that's going on in this book is between a girl named Lara Jean and a guy named Peter, and they're kind of like pretending to be in a relationship with each other. And this doesn't happen apart from like in Hollywood movies or like in books like this. So it is unrealistic, but it is this sort of unrealistic aspect that makes this book so entertaining because it is teenage American high school drama at its best. I just feel it's very entertaining because it feels like you're reading a movie almost. And that's really good for beginners, I feel, because you're looking for books that are engaging and you're looking for books that are entertaining and that don't make it feel like reading is work. And this is one of them. The next one is Born to be King by Deepak Thomas. Now, this is an Indian fantasy novel and it's book one of a series. So this book basically follows the journey of Princess Kautilya, who, unlike her brothers who have been born with like a bunch of powers, has been born quite plain. At least that's how she feels about herself. Until her family gets betrayed. And after that, she has to dive sort of headfirst into an adventure with a bunch of misfits as they get together to have a revolution against the kingdom. The story is very simply written, and the author does a fantastic job of mixing Indian mythological elements with like his fantasy world that he's created. And again, because the entire world is set in India and the characters are Indian, it becomes very relatable for us. It's a perfect place for beginners to start their fantasy journey because the characters are relatable and the story is just so much fun, and it's written quite well also. And I have saved the best for last. My 10th recommendation for beginners is Harry Potter. Now, this book series is a masterpiece. Like, J.K. Rowling is one of the best authors I have ever come across, and she's just amazing. The characters in this book are so much fun. They're so relatable. The world is so intricate. The magic in this book is so much fun. Like, everything about this book is so much fun. The way J.K. Rowling like crafts her stories is so good. Like, the way she writes about characters, the way she writes about the world, the way she writes about just about anything. Like, if there's any lesson of English comprehension that is to be learned, you can learn it from a Harry Potter book. Like, honestly, these books will change your life. These books will get you hooked onto reading, and you just have to. You have to pick these up if you're a beginner, if you want to improve your English, if you just want to start enjoying the world of reading, pick up a Harry Potter book. So yeah, those were my top 10 suggestions for beginners who want to start reading and who also want to improve their English. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below if you read any of these books, what you think about them, and also let's just help each other out in the community. Leave some of your recommendations down below as well, so that if anyone stumbles upon this video and wants to have more recommendations of easy books for beginners, they can have an entire list of them down in the comments. So yeah, let's help each other out a bit. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and of course, do subscribe to my channel for more book related videos. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.